Up next is Daybreak Sport on Dominion Television with okay to all right. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Samson. And good morning, Eddie.
How are you doing today?
Very great. It was a fantastic weekend, no doubt, in the world of sport. And we're here to serve you nothing but the best.
There's quite a lot to talk about, from Chelsea's comeback to Manchester United's, not so good results.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a good comeback for Chelsea Football Club as they continue their push for a ticket to the Continental Cup next season. But I'm sure you want to talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League. That's where we're starting. With Shooting Stars suffering a major blow in their chase for a continental title next season. Well, yesterday at the Lagos Salami Stadium, Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan lost by a single goal to visiting Remo Stars. Alex Oyowa got the goal for Remo Stars that condemned Shooting Stars to their first home defeat of the season. Let's take a look at the results from the Nigerian Premier Football League this weekend, starting with Shooting Stars. Lost to their visitors from Ikenne. It was a major blow that indeed boosted Remo Stars' chances of course, winning the title. 1-0 ended at Lagos Salami Stadium. But let's start with what we saw on Saturday, where Katsina United defeated Abia Warriors. And of course, Eyimba also got the better of Kano Pilas. Well, Lobby Stars and Rangers also went head-to-head, and of course, it was an intriguing encounter. Now, taking a look at other results as well, Academy Warriors and Ikorodu City played out a 1-1 draw by Niger Tornadoes, and Bayelsa United also played 1-1. Let's take a look at its implication on the table as we speak. Well, Remo Stars, courtesy of that important win yesterday at the Lagos Salami Stadium, are still top. 65 points is what they have at the moment. Rivers United with 58 points, followed by Ikorodu City with 53 points. Ikorodu City, they are third at the moment with 53 points, while Abia Warriors 53 as well. Benin Insurance 58, and of course, courtesy of that loss, Shooting Stars find themselves 8th on the table at this moment. Not the position their fans want them to be at this point. Well, bottom of the table, as you can see, Heartland Football Club, Aqua United, Sunshine Stars, and already relegated Lobby Stars Football Club. Well, from there, let's take a look at update from the Nigerian National League. That was the second tier of Nigerian League football, where matches were indeed also played over there. Well, most importantly for us in your state is the game involving Edel Football Club and Crown FC. Don't forget, Crown FC, they are Oyo State's representative in that competition, and they suffered a loss, well, expected it anyways, away from home, 2-0. Crown FC lost that game, and at the moment, they are third on the NNL table, but then it's still quite close there, and anything can still happen. Talking about the table of the Nigerian National League this morning, they are in Conference A, where Crown FC currently occupy the third position. Don't forget, the top two teams in each group will qualify for the playoffs, where the eventual teams that will make it to the next round, and that's talking about the NPFL, will emerge. Well, wish Crown FC all the very best. They are quite close, right? Yes, they are close, and we believe that they can get the job done. Well, from there, let's take a look at the Flamingos of Nigeria. That's Nigeria under-17 female national team. They were in action, at the weekend, and of course, it was on Saturday at the Remo Star Stadium. It was the under-17 female World Cup qualifiers, and they were head-to-head against their Algerian counterpart, and they won by 4-0 to boost their hopes of making it to the Under-17 World Cup holding in Morocco later on this year. Let me inform you that the girls will take the return leg in Algeria later on Friday, with the winner on aggregate making it to the World Cup. And after the game on Saturday, they were rewarded with 6 million naira. 2 million naira coming from the NFF, while 4 million came from the proprietor of Remo Stars, that's Honorable Kunle Shoname. Well, from there, let's take a look at what we saw in the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League at the weekend. Let's start with the Confederations Cup, as you can see on your screen. Simba SC, yes, of Tanzania, defeated Stellenbosch by a single goal, while RS Berkane were 4-0 better than Constantine. Let's take a look at the Champions League in Africa. First leg semi-final games were also played, and it was a goalless affair in the Champions League here in Africa. But then the return leg will be played next weekend, where the finalists will eventually emerge. Let's quickly take a look at other sports this morning before we move. Taking a look at updates coming from the world of tennis this morning. The Barcelona Open, yes, it's a clear-cut event. And yesterday, Holger Rune defeated, the big man himself, Carlos Alcaraz, 7-6, 6-2 to emerge victorious at the Barcelona Open. And also at the Munich Open final yesterday as well. Alexander Zverev, anyways, expectedly got the better of Ben Shilton, 6-2, 6-4 to come out victorious right there. Well, from there, let's quickly take a look at what we saw in the world of Formula One at the weekend, where Oscar Piastri, has now won his third race of the season, following his victorious outing at the weekend at the Saudi Grand Prix. Yes, it was indeed a very good one for him. It was fastest, of course, ahead of Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. And taking a look at what the driver standings look like at the moment, Piastri top with 99 points, followed by Lando Norris with 89 points, and Max Verstappen with 87 points. That's what the driver standings look like at the moment. What you're currently looking at is the final standings at the Saudi Grand Prix. Before I leave this morning, let's take a look at what we saw in Europe yesterday, especially in the Premier League. Of course, as expected, the Premier League served a lot of interesting results and implications as well. Because of my time, I won't be able to go through all of the results, but then let's take a look at its implication on the table. Liverpool, of course, did just enough to move closer to their 20th Premier League title. That won't come as a good news for fans of United anyways. Yes, it was a good victory for them. 79 points is what they have at this point. Arsenal, 66 points. And Liverpool can actually win the title on Wednesday. Should Crystal Palace defeat Arsenal Football Club? Yes, very possible. And can we just say congratulations in advance to Liverpool Football Club at this moment? Yes, it is what it is. United, well, they continue their major setback this season. It was a loss for them against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's take a look at what the bottom of the table looks like. Leicester City, they are absolutely relegated, confirmed relegated at this point, following their 1-0 loss to Liverpool at the weekend. So 2 teams already confirmed relegated from the Premier League already. Southampton first, and now Leicester City. And it looks like Ipswich Town will follow suit. Now, this will be the second consecutive season that the newly promoted teams got relegated instantly. That is exactly the situation we have in our hands at this moment. Now, because of our time, we're able to go through the Spanish La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, and of course, the League One. We'll be back later in the day to take you through all of that and many more. Now, back to Ebi and Samson for the concluding part of Daybreak Live this morning.
All right, that was fantastic. Daybreak Sports coming from Boluwaji Ogunbola this morning. Most, part of the weekend was that of Leicester City confirmed relegation. That's really, really sad one. And Nigerian international Wilfred Ndidi in that team. I think if it goes with them this time, will be the second time they got relegated with Leicester City. And then there are chances he might actually leave that team for a different team. And let's see what happens there. But then the talking point this morning was Shooting Stars losing the Southwest Derby to Remo Start at home with no fans. Actually, 1-0 it's ended. Probably they could have done something better and get a result from that game. That pushes Remo Stars even further to claim the league title for the first time.
Absolutely. Well, it was a very good one for Remo Stars. Of course, knowing that they were playing without the fans yesterday, Remo Stars knew they were at advantage, and that was what Ogumorede said after the game yesterday. Though he gave his respect to Shooting Stars, but then they knew that without the fans, Shooting Stars would struggle, going by what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. And that's what we saw exactly yesterday. It wasn't a good one for Shooting Stars. Fans are not happy, and it looks as if, look at its implication on the table. Just 1 home loss, and you're 8 already. No continental ticket anymore. That's what it means for the team. But then it's football. You have to return to the drawing board, and something drastic needs to be done at this point.
And they have to come back again stronger next season.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining us this morning, Boluwaji.
Oh, thank you, Samson.
Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right, the show has been Daybreak Live on Dominion Television. Yes, it is time we say our BYE on today's show. Abby, we have to go.
sadly, we have to go.
Well, in the spirit of the season, we say you have to learn how to love, and when you love effortlessly, and the spirit of giving really has to be there. Samson Balogun is my name. Until tomorrow, we shall be meeting again on another fresh edition of Daybreak Live on Dominion Television. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dominion Broadcast. On Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it is at Dominion Broadcast, and on X, it is at Dominion Cast. See you again tomorrow. Samson Balogun is my name.
All right, my name is Abby Dickinson. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. And like Samson said, love effortlessly. And so I say I love you, our wonderful listeners and our wonderful people watching us online at this point. Well, tomorrow is another day by the grace of God, and Samson will be here again to make your day break worth it. My name is Abby Dickinson. God bless Nigeria.